Hey guys, in this video I'm going to show you how to set up your first route or lap in the MoviChip time trial app and what that looks like when you run it the first time and when you run it the second time. First we need to tell the app what is the circuit, what is the route, i.e. we need to tell it the GPS coordinates. So for that we go into the set menu and we have a category there called circuit name. We need to put something in there to describe the route. Obviously you want to put something in there that you can remember. For this example, I'm just going to call it demo, and then we press store. And then we need to put in the start point, the end point, and at least split 1. We can put in split 2 and split 3 if we want, but those are optional. So where do we get the GPS coordinates from? Personally, I like to use the Google Maps website. Find the place on the map that's going to be, your start point, your split point. Zoom into it. And if you hold down on that point, you get the GPS coordinates at the bottom. So in this case, the latitude is 40.4966 and the longitude is 22.941. We copy and paste these coordinates into the app for the relative points. Obviously, if it's a circuit, the start and the finish latitude and longitude will be the same. If you're timing a route from point A to point B, start and finish will be different. When you enter the coordinates, just press store after every one. This will store the coordinates to that route. So that's how you get the route or the lap set up. So once you've entered in all the coordinates, you can click circuit list and you'll see it there, demo, and this will bring up the coordinates that you've just entered. You're now ready to time the lap or the route. We can close the set menu and now we can open the live menu. There's two things we want to see. First of all, we want to see this timer counting. Doesn't matter that it's a huge number for the minutes and seconds. This will reset to 0 as we cross the start point. And the second thing we need to note is at the top here it says current position. We want the latitude and longitude to be populated with the current position. This tells us that the app is receiving the position. If it's not receiving the position, it can't work. So now we know that we're ready to go. The next part of this video is going to be me driving along the route for the first time. You can see what happens with regards to the lap difference, the last lap, etc. And we'll also go through it a second time and you can see then how it starts to work with a plus or minus versus the best time through that lap or through the route. So we're just coming up to the start of the route. You see the timer starts automatically, it zeroes itself once you pass the start point. So I'll just do a time lapse here as we cross each split on the way up. So coming up to the first split. And you see the first time through it's going to give plus 56 seconds. So it took us 56 seconds to get to the first split. But it gives plus 56 because there's no time in there at the moment, it's 0. So it gives plus 56. So coming up to the second split and you can see 159. Coming up to the third split, 223. So that's the total time for this route so far, 223.9 seconds. It's plus because there isn't a time in there at the moment. It's comparing it to 0. But once we have a time in there, the splits will be relative to the best lap. So we're just coming up to the end of the route. So that's it. That's a baseline time in the app now stored, the best lap. You can see if you look under the best lap at the bottom, it gives us a total time, and then the time in each sector or up to each split. So for example, it says 103 for split 2, so it took 103 seconds to go from split 1 to split 2. And now the next time we go up, it will give us the lap diff relative to the previous best time for that route. So that's what I'll show you next. This is the second run up now, guys. So you can just see, we saw what the timer looked like on the first run up. Now we can see what the timer looks like with the second run when it's got a best lap to compare the current time to. So, as always, it starts automatically. And you can see that we're 11 seconds. So if you remember the first time, it was given something like 57. Because it's got something to compare it to now, there is a best lap in it. This is the delta that we get, so plus 11. Plus 11 versus the fastest lap. Coming up to the second split. And there we go, this is what we get. Nice and bright, nice and big, telling us where we are on the lap. So coming up to the third split here. And then it gives tells us -3. And we're just going up to the end of the route. And that's it, guys, that's the end of the route. Tells us we're 16.1 seconds slower than the fastest. So hopefully that's informative, gives you an idea of how the time trial works. I'll put a link to this on the MoviChip website. You can download it from there. If you've got any questions, leave a comment below. If you've got it already and you want to put in a feature request, either fire us an email or again leave us a comment below. So that's it, guys. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to the channel and I'll see you again next time.